Alright guys, so if you've been watching the channel recently, my last few tournament videos, you guys have noticed these Livewell lid ports right here on top of my Livewells. Been getting a lot of comments, a lot of questions on them. It's something that I've been prototyping for a company I'm working with, Boat Outfitters. You guys may have seen their logo on my front deck. It is a new company that I'm working with. Well, they're not a new company, but a new sponsor for me for this year. They make all kinds of boat parts, everything from little parts for manufacturers to things like this. They've got a great engineering team, and they're going to be coming out with some great products. But this is one that is just now being released called the Livewell Viewports, and you can actually look in here and see your fish while you're fishing. Really big advantages when you have a co-angler. The co-angler is always going to be back here. They'll be looking in the Livewells. If one of those fish starts floating up, or if your Livewell pump stopped pumping, something like that, they're going to notice it right away. Other than that, when I'm fishing solo tournaments, when I'm moving spots, I walk back to the seat, I can just quickly glance into the Livewell, make sure nobody's floating, make sure my Livewell pumps are still pumping, and instead of coming back here, opening them up, checking everything out, you can kind of just look straight in here. And especially on those lakes where it's really clear water, you can just see the fish swimming around in there. I just came from Smith Lake. You can see all the spotted bass swimming around in the Livewell. So if one were to be floating up or something like that, you would immediately see that white belly of the fish floating up from those Livewell lids. And they also have some ports in them for air ventilation too, keep things nice and cool in there. Some of the questions I've been getting is, do the lids allow heat to get in there to get the Livewells hot? They actually are using an acrylic that reduces the heat from getting in there, so no issue there so far. Been prototyping them so far, haven't run into any issues. So they've just now been released. There's been a couple of guys running them in the boats and no issues out of them as far as heat getting in there, as far as any other issues really. It's a super strong acrylic. I've had co-anglers, I've walked on top of them, had co-anglers in the boat for 2-3 Toyotas now. They've walked all over top of them. So super strong, not gonna have any issues there. But cool little product to retrofit the boat. I believe they're retailing for $179. I'll drop a link down in the video below. You guys can check them out. Pretty easy to put in. They ended up putting them in for me, but they showed me how to do it, and it was pretty simple. You got a few basic tools, cut the Livewell lid out, put a few screws in there, and you're done. So they look super cool too, aesthetically very pleasing, and they serve a nice purpose. Like I said, no issues. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I can run them by the engineers, the designers, if you have any technical questions like that. But these are the brand new Livewell lid ports from Boat Outfitters.